So welcome. This is lesson 3 of our Digital Literacy Masterclass. I'm excited to have you all back here again. So this is a continuation of our journey to enhancing our digital literacy skills. Remember, you have the opportunity to drop your questions in the Telegram group so I can collate and use them as or FAQ in our subsequent webinars. But in today's session, I'll be going through the following with you. Let's look at it. So I'll be treating some follow-up questions from previous webinar. Then we'll get to know the Windows operating system better. Then I'm going to be talking about how to manipulate the application windows while working on multiple pages on your PC. Especially if you don't want to, like you want to view 2 pages at the same time, while multitasking. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that if time permits us. So, and I hope that, by the end of this training, today's lesson, that you will feel more confident and empowered in your digital interactions at your workplace or anywhere online, that you can effectively collaborate with others. So I want to appreciate your presence here today. So let's get right into it. The first item on the list, of course, is to treat some follow-up questions. So how do you recall an email if you mistakenly sent it to the wrong recipient? Or probably you mistakenly attached a wrong file. So how do you recall it? First of all, this is not a good news about it. Unfortunately, you can't actually, Gmail does not have a native recall feature to undo already sent emails. However, Gmail does have undo send. You can actually set it up to like 30 seconds, so that between the time you hit send and the time Gmail delivers your email to the recipient, so that 30 seconds, you can still quickly recall it. So that is the only way that it can be done. So other than that, of course, you have to email the recipient to say, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. You can actually delete that. I'll send a new one and all of that. So that is the only way to actually recall the one you have sent after 30 seconds. So in this demonstration, I'm going to be showing you how to set it up so that the email you sent wrongly within 30 seconds can still be recalled without the recipient seeing it or reading it. Cool? So let's get right into it. So I'm going to be sharing my screen to show you how to do that. All right. Can you all see my email account? Yeah, I believe you can see my screen now. All right. What you need to do is hover your mouse cursor to the settings. Yeah. The settings are at the top right corner of the window of the screen. You see it like this gear icon showing settings. Click on it. Then you see all settings button. See under the general tab, you're going to scroll down to, you're going to see undo send section of it. Then you have to choose the amount of time you want to have to undo a sent email. So Gmail has options for 5 seconds, 10, 20, and maximum of 30 seconds. Are you getting my point now? So that is it. So 30 seconds maximum after selecting 30 seconds, or you can leave it at 10. But just for, to be on the safer side, leave it at 30 seconds. Then after that, don't forget to click Save Changes at the bottom of the page to double check or to confirm if it is working. So what you're going to do is that just compose a simple email. So I'm going to compose an email. Oh, you can still see my screen now. All right. So I'm going to say, let me just send an email to this account and say, I am just trying out the recall or undo send feature of emails. So that's the subject. I'm going to paste the same thing, just type anything on, I'm just using this to simulate an email. So I'm sending it. Now I'm going to click on, in our previous masterclass, I already explained how to schedule your email by clicking on the arrow and clicking on schedule send. I hope you still remember that, right? So, but now I'm not going into that today. So I'm just going to describe how to recall any email that you sent mistakenly or in error. So after hitting send, it's going to say sending undo. You can see, so I can quickly click undo at the lower left corner of the page, and it brings up the page again for me to correct any mistake. Can you see? I'm going to try it again. Click send. Sending, message sent, undo. So within 10 seconds, I set my own settings on 10, is at 10 seconds. 10 seconds window is what I have here. But if you are starting now, you can put it at 30 seconds. Like I said earlier, you have maximum of 30 seconds. So you hit send. Hold on a sec. I need to mute. All right. So in your own case, just set it at 30 seconds. So when you hit send, it's going to show you sending, message sent. Then you click undo as quickly as you can before the 30 seconds elapses. So you then have the opportunity to either correct what you want to send, then resend it, or you delete it completely by hitting the delete button here, discard draft at the lower right corner of the window of the page. Here, you can see discard draft. So it's going to delete the entire mail completely. And the recipient will no longer have access to it. So that is the only way to recall any email that you sent by mistake or in error. As for Yahoo Mail, for now, Yahoo Mail does not have a recall feature. They had it before, but I don't know why they removed it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So, all right, then the next let me know if you got that right. Drop a yes if you got that explanation. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The second question that I received was, let me see. How do I zip and securely send a folder to someone? How do I zip and securely send a folder to someone? Okay. Two things. First of all, I'm going to show you how to zip a folder. In our last class, I showed you we created some folders. Let me share the screen again. All right. Let me move this down. Okay. All right. In our last class, we created these folders: family, job and career, relocation, spirituality, and all of that. Okay. So let's say you want to send this job and career folder to someone. This folder contains some files, a cover letter, a CV, and all of that. And probably you want to send it to your friend who wants to help you review it, and only your friend can view it. So first of all, you have to zip it. Before you zip, you have to make sure that you have the software that can zip and unzip files installed on your PC. So what I use two softwares. One is 7-zip and the other is bzip. I think, yeah, bzip. So both are free, even though they have paid versions of their app, but then you only need the free version of it. So you just go to Google, download it, and install. So easy to use. Okay, for those who may not know what I am talking about, let me quickly look for, okay, this is 7-zip. So go to Google. Hold on, let me share the screen to show you how to do that. Go to Google. This is google.com. Type 7-zip. 7-zip. Free. Oh, okay. It has even populated it. 7-zip free download. You can get it on softonic.com. Just click on download. It's going to bring it up, and you can securely download it. You can see it here, free download for PC. So when you click here, it will allow you to download it, and immediately you can install it. So if you are working with Chrome browser, you're going to see the downloads here at the top right corner of your screen, showing downloads. You click on the arrow and you're going to see 7Z here. .exe shows that it is an application file or executable file. You know, remember we talked about how to identify file types in lesson 1 of our masterclass. So that's why I even started with that, so that anytime you see any file with any extension, you'll be able to know what that file is for. So as soon as you download it, you're going to see it here. If you are using Chrome, of course. But if you are using Mozilla, Firefox, or Safari, it may be somewhere at the bottom of your screen or maybe on the same place. But because I'm already used to Chrome, so that's why it's here. So you click on the arrow, you're going to find it here. Then you just double click on it. You're going to get it installed on your PC. So it's going to ask for your permission. Then you click yes, and the installation process will begin. So because I've already installed it, I don't need to repeat that process again. So let's just go straight into how to zip your file or folder. I already explained why it is necessary to zip your file and folder in a previous class. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, now we have a zipping software installed. So I assume you already have it installed on your PC as well. So to zip your folder or your file, just the same process. Right click on the folder you want to zip. Now you have two options. If you want to password it, you select Add to option on the menu. Add to, so it's going to display the folder name. In this case, job and career folder. So it's going to say add to job and career folder .zip. If you choose this option, it's going to give you the option to also password your folder. So which means only your recipient that has access to the password you're going to give to him or her will be able to open it. But if you don't, necessarily want to actually password it, just go straight to send to option. You're going to see send to, then select compressed zipped folder. So in this case, we want to just zip it so that we can securely send it to someone. So we don't want to password it to avoid any drama at the end of the day, because someone may eventually forget the password used to save the folder or to zip the folder. So let's just leave it only here, this option, send to compressed zip folder. As soon as you click it, it's going to zip it for you instantly, depending on the size of the folder you are compressing or you are zipping. So to actually differentiate between your original folder and the zipped folder, you're going to see this zip sign. You're going to see it across the folder icon. It indicates that the folder has been zipped. Now, this zipped folder can now act as a file. Hope you're getting my point. So, which means you can send this as an attachment either by email, or you're going to use a method I'm about to show you to securely send it to your recipient. Okay. We have zipped this folder. Now we want to send it in a secure way. That is, only our recipients should have access to this folder, job and career folder. What do? Simply go to your browser again. In my case, I'm using Chrome. What I need to type is drive.google.com. So because I already have a Gmail account, so I have my account set up already. But in your case, depending on whether you already have Gmail account or not, like Gmail address to sign up. So it's going to ask you to log in, but because I already logged in here, so otherwise it's going to ask you to log in, but it's not rocket science. You can actually log in immediately, just the same way you log in on any application. So after logging in, it's going to display an empty space here. I already have a lot of stuff going on here. That's why you can see my folders and files. Now, this is another way to manage your files and folders, because the reason it is very important you have your files and folders stored on Google Workplace or Workspace, is there are cases whereby you are traveling and you are traveling without your laptop or without your PC or any of your digital devices. You can actually access your files and folders anywhere in the world that you have access to digital devices that may not even necessarily be yours. So probably you visit a cyber cafe or a computer center, you can actually log in online, access your Google Drive account, then see all of the files and folders you have already uploaded on your workspace. Now, but I have to tell you this. Google offers a maximum of 15 gigabyte storage space for those having free account. But because I have a paid account, so I have 100 gigabyte workspace and 50% of it is already used up. So because I deal with a lot of stuff, files, videos, so that is why I have to upgrade to 100 gigabyte. But starting out, of course, 15 gig is okay for you for free. So they're offering 50 gig for free. Now, what you need to do after logging in on your Google Drive, the file that you already zipped, let me see if I already shared this with you. Okay, you can see mine. All right. So the zipped file, sorry, the folder you already zipped, you need to transfer it here. And from here, you'll be able to share it with whoever you want to send it to. So how do we do that? All you need to do is to create a folder here again. Of course, you need to create a folder so that you'll be able to organize your files and folders here on your Google Drive. So simply create new. So when you click on new, it's going to ask you, you want to upload a file or a folder, or you simply want to create a new folder. In this case, you have to click new folder. Then it's going to pop up a dialog box where you have to give your folder a name. So in this case, I'm going to type training. After that, click on create. So you can see training is here, created for us, and it's ready for use. Now, what you're going to do here is double click on just the same way you're accessing your local device like your laptop. So the same principle applies here. So whatever folder you create, you can actually double click on it and access the inside of the folder. You can see because there is nothing yet in this folder, it's empty. Now you have two options, at least two major options to actually drop your zipped folder here. You can actually go to your local device, as in your file explorer on your PC where you saved the zipped folder, and drag it here using drag and drop feature. You can see drop files here. Or you use the new button to actually upload the zipped folder. Those are the two major ways you can actually drop your zipped folder here or files. So now let's just use the new button feature. So I'm going to click on new again. The other time we use new folder to create a new folder, but this time around we want to upload a folder. But now it's no longer a folder, it's acting like a file. So I'm going to click on file upload because it's already zipped. So I'm going to look for the for training purposes. Okay. Now, job and career. This is the zip folder we are looking for. So you click on it, then click open. Or you just double click on it and it will automatically open and drop the zip folder in your drive. So let me double click, or better still, let me just first of all click on it, then click open. You can see at the lower right of the screen, it's starting to upload and it's showing the number of items. And as soon as it's finished, you're going to see it here. One upload complete. You can see here, job and career folder. This is our zipped folder that is already uploaded. Now the next process, the next stage is to share it. How do you share it? You see that three dots? You click on it. Then you see different options. You can download it, make a copy of it, view the details. You can rename it, move it to another folder, get a link to it, or share it. Or you can also open it, unzip it, and do all sorts of things, or simply preview it. But this time around, we want to share it with someone securely. Remember that. The question says, how do I zip my folder and securely send it to someone? So simply click on share. So it's going to load it up. Now, people with access is showing my email address here because I am the creator or the owner of the file. Now, general access, the status showing here is that it is a restricted file or folder, as the case may be. So it is only restricted to people that that have access to the link or whoever I'm going to share it with. So this is a restricted folder. This is one of the ways you can securely send your folder or your file to someone. I hope you're following me. So only people with this link will be able to have access to it. I hope you're getting my point. Now, what you're going to do is that your recipient email address will be here. So simply type it T. So I'm going to send it to my second email address. You can see. Now, what do you want this recipient to do to this file you are sending? You're going to come here to the right side of it. By default, it's showing editor, that this person can actually edit the content of this file or this folder. Or you want the person to only comment, just to drop a comment. I'm going to show you that shortly, maybe after this, because it's like they are linked together now. So I need to also explain that. You need the person to be able to comment only, or just to view. The person will not be able to edit it. The person will not be able to comment, to drop any comment, just to view. That is for the purpose of you want people to read your content only. Probably you prepared an ebook on probably how to take care of your health, or you want to share a very important information with your colleagues at work, and you don't want them to tamper with the content of your ebook or your information. So you can set the access control here to just a viewer. The person is just a viewer. And you can add as many emails as possible, email addresses as possible here. So you can add the second one. So there are two people now. Then here you can drop just a short message. This file for your information and necessary actions as discussed. Simple. Type your name. Now, let me just leave it at editor so that the recipient will be able to edit the content. Then you hit send. And the person will be able to receive it and do whatever it is they want to do about it. Now, let me quickly do another thing. So we are still in the training folder we just created. So I'm going to add a file this time around. And that file, I'm going to give access to the recipient as an editor. Then I'm going to open the file and show you how the person can comment on the file or add to the content of the file. And I'm going to also explain to you how you'll be able to use that avenue to collaborate with others, probably your colleagues at work or your audience online. so that they can contribute to the file or the content of the file. So let me quickly show you that, because I need to actually explain that in detail. So you click on new. This time around, we are uploading a file upload. So we go to, yeah, okay, let me try this. If it will open. So this is Microsoft Word document. So it's already uploaded. Now I want to share it. The same process. So I'm going to share it with this email for your information and the necessary actions. So I'm going to leave it at editor so that the person can edit it. Then I'll hit send. Now, I'm going to open, I will go to my email. Let me show you. Here in my email, you can see I have received, this was the first one that I shared, the zipped folder. Then this is the Microsoft Word document that I shared the second time. Now you can see in my email, I have received the file. And it's showing the last edition, the time, and edited by who, the name of the person. So what you need to do, you can either preview it here or simply click open. All right. So asking me to take a tour. I don't need it now. Now, this is a file that was shared with me. I got it opened already. I have access to view it. I have a clearance to edit it and to drop comments, as the case may be. Now, let's do some stuff. Let me quick. Now, the reason why it is very important, like you can see on my screen. Let me see if you're seeing my screen. All right, good. Yeah. You can actually, you can see docs.google.com because we are using Google Workspace. So it's going to open the file using docs.google.com. Now, this particular workspace is very crucial for you to understand how to use it, because there are cases in your office, probably you want to collaborate with others. Probably you may not even be in the same place. You might be resident in different states or in different countries, and you need to have a meeting on a particular crucial matter. You can actually develop your own side of the content and send the file to another person that has that must also contribute to the information. All right, let's assume I have received the information. Now I need to add my own part of the story or the content. Probably you are asked to prepare an SOP, standard operating procedure, on how to, move a patient, how to treat a patient, and all of that. So Mr. A has already done his own part. Now you are Mr. B. You have to do your own part. You have received the file. What next? So you were going through the file and you discovered some mistakes. Okay, this was not properly aligned. A thick client is a computer that does not require a connection to a server system to run. Now, it got here and it's broken. So you want to tell the person that, oh, I was going through this file and discovered that you didn't properly align this side, and I need to do it for you so that we can have a robust output. Now, first of all, you need to drop a comment. What you need to do is select the section you want to comment on. The moment you select the section you want to comment on, you're going to see this icon that says add comment. You see like a comment symbol with plus sign that indicates that you can add comment to it. Just click on it, then type your comment. You can just say section not properly aligned and also requires more information. Kindly do the needful while I add my own info. So I'm just typing random stuff just to show you how to add a comment to a particular file. Now, this is my own comment. I'm trying to review this file. So this is my comment. Then you click on comment, you post it. Now, because the sender of this file still has access to the file in his own location, probably is in Europe and you are in America. So both of you can have access. In fact, it's going to show somewhere around here the number of people that have access to this file. And it's going to even show you real time if the person is online attending to the same file you are working on. So that is one of the beauties of this particular app, Google Workspace. That is docs.google.com. So as you're dropping your comment, the other person is seeing your comment and is also working on it. Okay, you asked me to properly align this paragraph. Okay, yeah, let me quickly do it. Blah, 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 blah. And he's typing and he's working on it. As he's updating the content, Google is actually helping you to save it. You can see here, document status. Automatically, the document is being saved. Every new version, every new review that is done on this file will be automatically saved by Google for you. So this is not like you are working on your conventional PC and probably there is a power outage and everything is gone. You didn't remember to save anything and the whole file is wiped off. You know, many of us, we have experienced that, especially during the time I was still using Microsoft Windows 98, Windows NT. I hope you're following what I'm saying. Let's not get distracted by the background noise, please. If you are following, if you are understanding what I'm explaining, kindly drop a yes. I really want to know if people are following this training because this is very crucial. You are going to need it. If you travel out or you are in Nigeria, anywhere, any part of the world, you're going to need this thing I'm explaining here. And the earlier you know how to use it, the better. Because when you perfectly master this, you're going to be on top of the world. People will be surprised. How did you learn it? How did you master it? So you become like a pro in your office. So if you understand what I'm explaining, kindly drop a yes. I really want to know if people are following this training. Drop a yes in the chat section, please. All right. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Now, I also want to tell you a short story. Somebody was writing a project actually, and he sent some chapters to his supervisor. And the supervisor said the person has to come physically before he could do anything on the project. I'm like, wow, in this digital age, you still want people to show themselves physically before you can attend to them, even though you have internet, you have technology, you have laptop. Just send the file electronically and let the supervisor attend to review it, add comment. Okay, just like I'm doing now. If this is a project submitted by someone, that person doesn't need to come to my office physically before I can attend to this kind of project. I'll just say, email me your first 3 chapters, or I want to see your abstract or your introduction. Let me look at what you have done so far. Probably the person is in Kutu Wenji and I'm in Kafanshan. Of course, we can collaborate online using Google Docs or docs.google.com. Then I'll just add, okay, well, instead of using 12 font size, why not use 14? Okay, I'll just add the comment here. Go and rewrite it using Time News Romans and all of that. Adjust the paragraph, add more paragraphs, add more stories, add some citations, add some references. Okay, I need this paragraph to have some in-text citation and all of that. Boom, and I send it back. Or the student will just log in on the other side and effect those corrections. Simple as ABC. He or she doesn't need to travel, risk his or her life, travel several kilometers just because he or she wants to get his project reviewed or what, or something. The only time he or she can travel is probably during graduation or convocation and all of that. And even this time, convocations and graduations are being done online. So sometimes I just look at those supervisors and lecturers and all of that and say, wow, you need to grow up technologically. So the earlier we understand how these things work, the better for us. So this does not apply to supervisors alone. In your office, the same thing can apply. So just get the file sent to you online, add comments and all of that. So we have added one comment and all of that. And of course, if I want to add more information, I can just come here and type, add some more information, and the person will see it right there, real time. So, and of course, I can also share it with as many people as possible that I actually want this file to go to. Probably we have more team members that also need access to this information, of course. So we'll do the same thing and boom, they will have access to it. That is the beauty of online collaboration using communication tools. So we have done that. We have explained, now we know how to zip a file, how to zip a folder, and how to securely send it to someone. I hope that is clear now. Okay, let me see what other question before we close for the day. I think I quickly need to explain. Okay, now you know how to use docs.google.com. So next time, if you look at my screen, I prefer to type my work on docs.google.com instead of using conventional Microsoft Word or whatever. So it's faster and I can open it anytime, any day. So let me quickly explain. Let's move on to the next. Get to know your Windows operating system better. When you first start up your computer, the first thing to load is the operating system, of course. For example, if you are using Windows 10, which is the not most recent version, I think they now have Windows 11, but then Windows 10 is still one of the best so far that I cherish. So how do you navigate around Windows 10? If your laptop is passworded, of course, you need to log in with your username and password. And if not, simply click on your username when your computer is booting up. And as soon as it boots to window, just click on your username. And of course, it's going to log you in automatically because there is no password. And if there is password, of course, enter your password and you'll be logged in. So once you're logged in, the first thing you see is your desktop, of course, like this. In Windows, of course, you are given the privilege, the opportunity to personalize the look of your desktop. You can change the background image. or sometimes we call it wallpaper. You can change the color by right-clicking on it. You can do that. Just click on personalize, display settings, or you can even change the size of the icons on your desktop. At the moment, it's on medium. You can change it to large. You can see they become bigger and return it to medium, or they can become very small. No, I don't like that. So I'll just leave it at medium. Now, very importantly, at the bottom of the Windows 10 desktop, especially, you will find what is called the taskbar. If you look at my taskbar here, you see a lot of applications that are already pinned, because it's very important you have your your applications, especially your frequently used applications, pinned here, for quick access. So, and you can also see apps that are currently running, and you can see what your time is. You can see the clock, the date, your internet connection, and all of that, the sound settings, the battery settings, the Zoom that is, if you are on Zoom, of course, the icon is going to show here. Then there are some hidden icons that you can also display by opening this arrow. You can see your internet and all of that, other settings. So then if you come to the left side of the screen, you see the start button. You can access as many programs as possible. And the search icon here, to search for any program, for example, if I want to search for PowerPoint program, I can just type P PowerPoint, and it's going to show me the app. And I can do two things. I can either double click on it, or I double click to open it, or I right click on it to pin it to the taskbar. So let me click on, so you can see it's showing here on my taskbar, so that next time I don't have to click on start button to start looking for it. So it's already here. Okay. Now, so if I click on it, it's going to open, but we don't need PowerPoint now. I just use that to explain how to pin programs on your task bar. Now, on your start button again, you're going to see other buttons. You can actually shut your system down or configure some settings, open pictures, open documents, and all of that. Then some frequently used apps here, like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Note, Outlook, and all of that. They are also here that you can actually access. Then several other programs here. So that is it about the start button. And there's one other section of your Windows that I need to explain, but in our next masterclass, I'll be explaining that, which is the control panel, because it's very important. A lot of things are going on in the control panel that you need to understand how to use, especially configuring your installing and uninstalling programs and applications, configuring your Bluetooth devices, how to connect your Bluetooth devices, and all of other things. We'll soon finish this. Let me just control panel. Hold on. So because this is the central interface in Microsoft Windows operating system that provides users with access to various system settings and configurations. So it will allow you to manage various aspects of your computer hardware, software, and network settings. Everything is here. So if you don't know how to navigate your control panel, you have to master it, because it's very crucial. Especially here, programs, you can uninstall programs here, remove unwanted stuff, system and security, networks, hardware and sound, and all of that. So many things. So this is where I will be taking off from in our subsequent class. And I believe you're going to derive a lot of value from it. So for now, we're going to call it a day, but with time, we're going to upgrade and probably see how we can either increase the frequency of our meeting or increase the duration of the program. But then for now, let's still go at this pace. And I really want to appreciate you for attending this program. And I believe next time we still have a lot of things to learn. Don't forget, I'm making this beginner friendly because I know a lot of people are just starting out, even though some already have some basic knowledge of computer system. And but don't worry, we are gradually moving to the difficult aspect of it. In this masterclass, we'll be talking about command line, batch files, how to, write some simple codes to manipulate some stuff on your PC. So we are still getting there. And I'm going to be sharing with you how to browse the internet, how to look for information. So I'm going to be showing you that, how to browse the internet, how to verify, because the internet is awash with a lot of fake news, fake information. So how do you know which one is right, which one is correct, which one to follow, which one not to follow? How do you verify images? How do you even create images yourself that you can use in the office or in meetings and all of that? So I'm going to be explaining that in this masterclass. There are loads of things that I want to share with you. So if you stay tuned to this program, like I say, it's in series, and we are starting from the beginner part of it, taking it gradually to the middle level experience. And from there, we'll move to the pro aspect of it. So that by the time you finish this entire masterclass, you would have become a pro. And people looking at you, they will be wondering, how come? How did you do it? You are now a pro in computer technology and digital literacy. That's exactly what I am aiming at. I want a situation whereby every nursing professional or medical professional or any professional at all will be able to handle, digital tools, communication tools, and all of that effectively and confidently. That is my aim. That is my goal. And I'm doing it free of charge because there's no point me placing any price tag on it. I just want to have, a digitally literate people around me, around my wife, around our ministry, our caucus, so to say. So that is the point of it, me doing all of this. And I believe you have derived one information or the other from this program. So I want to appreciate you for coming. It is my joy that you are here and that you're going to make the best use of what you are learning in this masterclass. So thank you very much for tuning in. And I'm going to see you again in the next class. So if you have any question, please don't forget to drop them in the Telegram group. I'll be able to collate them and start with those questions in our next class before I move on to the next item on the agenda. So thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.